coming toward us. Pretty sight, and the black boat is tucked into lane 2.
That's Kent Brody second, and it's Jerry Hop drove in the G-boat race yesterday, so we may assume that it's him, and they are coming down.
It's a legal start. The clock is already at 0, and here they come. Dick Lynch has boat speed on the outside, and he's going to be the leader as they go into the first turn, but he is on the outside. It looks like Eacrett's going to pull up beside him, and over in lane 1, Hop's boat is running well too. So all 4 boats side by side into the first turn.
Kent Brody and Hop are side by side as they go to the turn. It looks like it's going to be the boat in lane number 3, which is Mike Eacrett, and he is going to take the lead as they go through that turn, Steve. They will be using the Unlimited Light smaller course, but the big turn of the Unlimiteds, and they're off the turn, and Mike Eacrett is out ahead already.
Mike Eacrett, with help from Ronnie Brown, his crew chief, the former Budweiser chief, spent a couple of years putting this boat together, finally getting it a chance to do some racing with it, and it is one gorgeous piece. You see that on the inside. Hop is not letting him get away, though, and if Eacrett leaves a little bit of room, it looks like Jerry or Greg or whoever that is going to make up some of the disadvantage right here. Coming into the turn now, Eacrett leaving some room out and about lane 2. Hop actually had to slow it down a little as he was running out of water in there, and Dick Lynch on the outside hanging into second place as they come by us.
Mike Eacrett slowed down as he came across the finish line, and Dick Lynch has now reeled him in. Eacrett's back up to speed, but Greg or Jerry Hop in the Mike's Hard Lemonade G boat is also coming in, reeling him in on the inside. So you've got a pretty close dead heat as they head through that turn. Eacrett's still ahead, and now Dick Lynch has dropped back just a little bit on the outside, and Eacrett comes off the turn in first place at the end of lap number 2.
Hop has moved up on him, though. He left him room on the inside, Eacrett did, for Hop, and he used it to an advantage. The smaller way around the turn, he made up some of the disadvantage, and now they're going to be closer on this lap than they were on the last one. Look at Lynch coming up on the outside. Great boat race here for second and third. Dick Lynch is going to reel in Mike Eacrett as they come into this turn. All 3 boats now side by side in the G class coming through this turn. Look at this sight.
When you look at the way this class ran last year, didn't run real well. Dick Lynch in a very, very wide turn, lost a lot of ground, but Jerry Hop is right beside Mike Eacrett as they end lap number 2. They are dead even. Now Eacrett pulls out about a boat length and a half as they head down the front straightaway. Lynch makes up the difference as well, so you're going to have 3 abreast going into the Blue Bridge turn.
You could see Eacrett's boat searching just a little bit, not running the kind of a line they wanted to. It's a brand new boat, not completely dialed in, and he got in trouble. Either a rooster tail hit him or the engine shut down, but Mike Eacrett now is dead in the water in the first turn. The leader is the Mike's Hard Lemonade G boat, and that's a pretty nice looking boat ride right there for whichever Hop is under the glass.
And right behind him is Dick Lynch, and they've been able to close down in lane 1, lane 2. Dick Lynch hidden in the rooster tail. You can just see that orange tail feathers. And Dick Lynch, if he makes a good turn, might be able to take Jerry off the turn, but the turn and the start-finish line are right there. Dick Lynch swings it out wide. Jerry Hop gets the checkered flag. Dick Lynch in second, and it'll be Ken Brody, 2, taking third.
So a great exhibition by what may be a major part of the future of boat racing, the G class. Very, very big blocks, good-sized boats. They're very impressive when you see them in person.
Guys, we would like to get a camera shot down on Mike Eacrett. He's got a bunch of smoke pouring out of the boat.
He wants help. He's on fire. That boat is on fire.
He's looking for help. The boat, you can see the flames coming out of the air intake. So he probably lost either an oil line or a gas line, and he's got a boat that's on fire, and there is the rescue sled right there.
He's trying to figure out a way to use your helmet, Mike. Scoop some water up and toss it in there. Help is arriving now, and hopefully there is a fire extinguisher aboard one of those boats. Definitely a fire in the engine well. And that's a shame because it's going to do some damage to that gorgeous new boat. The plastic, the cowling is on fire. There goes some foam into the engine well, and this thing should be knocked down shortly here. Boy, it got hot up there. You could see Mike holding his arm up to shield himself from the heat aboard that boat. Now the rescue team is there spraying the foam, and hopefully the damage was minimal, but it did get pretty hot. I'm sure that nice new cowling has been warped out of shape.
Well, and I guess credit to Mike. You know, he could have jumped into the water. That would have stopped the race, but he stayed on the boat, stayed with the ship, the captain, and until the rescue guys got there and the other boats were able to finish the race. But that was on lap number 3 that Mike's engine gave way, and now they've got that thing full of foam, and it looks like the fire is out in the engine compartment.
probably a situation where you throw a rod through the side or something, and with the oil and fuel released, you get a fire in the engine compartment. Sometimes they are fairly superficial as far as damage to the boat itself, but you can rest assured that the cowling got pretty hot. We saw the flames licking up around the sides of it. This is just a gorgeous new boat, Mark. When you see it in the pits, you go, wow, look at this. Not unlike the U-2, which Ronnie Brown was also involved in. This is kind of a smaller version of the boat that Jim Harvey leased to Ken Muscatel this year.
So I understand that they took a couple of years to put this whole program together.
Boy, it was running well, too. He really was having a good little 3-lap heat there until something popped.
Well, one of the goals that they had coming to the race this weekend was simply to shake the boat down. They really hadn't run it before. It hadn't had any seat time for Mike Eacrett. It was a brand new boat, and his goal was to get out and make sure the systems worked and see how fast the boat could go and see how competitive they could be, because they've got racing again next weekend over at the Chevrolet Cup at Seafair. The G boats will be racing as well, and Mike, I think, has shown that that boat is a competitor and is a contender.
They are peeling the cowling off so they can get under it and make sure that there is no more fire burning under them. The cowling did not come off the way it's supposed to. It should be nice, one nice big solid chunk, and it kind of came off in pieces. So that piece will obviously be new when we see it next week in Seattle, and we have to hope that the rest of the boat is okay. Again, that kind of a fire in the bilge can be oil and fuel without doing major damage to the hull itself, and we certainly hope that's the case, that this beautiful new piece hasn't been too badly damaged.
Just got a shot of the red flag from the official stand. That tells the boats that are on the course that they have to shut down, which they did. Dick Lynch and the Tempo, also the Hop boat, Mike's Hard Lemonade G boat, shut down immediately, and they are still sitting on the course awaiting the opportunity to fire back up and head back to the pit area.
You know, Scott, down in the pits, when that boat gets back in, you could get us a word with whichever Hop was driving, and I guess that would be the question. First of all, was it Jerry Hop, or was it his son Greg, who had driven just a few minutes before that in the U-100? Whoever it was got a pretty nice boat ride out of a boat that's under development. This boat was actually built for the UL class by Paul Droulard. It was a beautiful rig with a gorgeous paint job. The Hops bought it, converted it to the bigger engine in the G class, gave it their familiar coat of yellow, and it looks to be a contender, Mark. That boat looked pretty good.
Yep, that boat's been running very well all weekend as well. The one way you can tell the difference between those two boats, the Unlimited Light boat that we'll probably see a little later on, does not have the black along the edging of the boat, right along the bottom part of the sponsons at the front. This one is black. There's a little more black on it than the Unlimited Lights boat.
All of those of you who partake of Mike's Hard Lemonade on these hot days are helping to support the Hop family and their racing effort. I'm sure they enjoy it as much as you do. Now he's going to head that boat back to the pit area, and they should be allowing the other boats to start up and motor in and get out of the way. We're going to have a moment or two, guys, if you want to take a break. It's going to be a while before we get the G boats cleared off the Columbia River, and hopefully we'll get a word with whichever Hop just won a heat here. We'll be back right after this.
Christine, many of us saw that scary moment out there on the water with the G-24 burning. Mike Eacrett, the driver, is okay. Mike, why don't you take us through exactly what happened out there, how the boat caught fire, if you know, and what happened after that?
Well, like I said, it's pretty hard to tell how the boat caught fire back in the engine compartment, but we were running pretty decent. The boat was running, handling better than it had been earlier, and we were coming on the last lap, and the motor shut down, and the crew radioed that said fire is coming, so they must have saw fire or smoke, and by the time I got my belts off and unhooked, the back of my seat was getting pretty red hot. I thought I was in a barbecue, and just tried to crawl out of that thing as fast as I could, because alcohol can burn pretty quick.
So that's incredible. The boat started burning before you actually knew it was time to get out.
Absolutely, because all I knew was the motor stopped, so I couldn't tell behind me yet that the boat was on fire until they radioed to me and said the boat was on fire.
How potentially volatile is that situation? Can something catch and the whole boat go?
Well, yeah, alcohol can burn in a hurry. I mean, it started burning fast, so as you can tell by the damage to the boat. So I'm just glad that we're all still in one piece, and we'll come back and race another day.
All right, now here's your boat right here. Is that going to be it for the boat, obviously?
Well, that's it for the engine cowling. We'll have to build another one of those. So.
All right, well, Mike Weber is safe, and he will be back some other day, but not for the Atomic Cup. Christine, back to you.